Today we're taking a look at Seauto's SAT 40 cordless robotic pool cleaner, which they sent over to me, asked me to put it through the paces and give you guys my honest opinion. As always, they have no idea what I'm gonna say and they don't get to see this video before you do. And I'm gonna tell you up front, there's a couple things that surprised me about this one. There are some things that it does really well. There's a couple things I think they missed the mark on. And there's a couple of features that are gonna matter more than anything you're gonna see on a spec sheet. So let's get into it. This is a cordless robotic pool cleaner designed for in-ground pools, rated for up to about 3,200 square feet with a maximum runtime of about 4 hours. You've got quad motors, quad brushes, 2 tracks, and it's rated for about 7,000 gallons per hour of suction. But one thing I've learned since I've been testing out so many pool cleaners is that numbers like that really don't matter. What matters is how it performs once it's in the water. So let's start there. For cleaning ability, I'm giving this thing a 9 out of 10. And this is one of the areas that I was talking about that really kind of shocked me. This is a mid-tier cleaner. This is not the most expensive pool cleaner that you can buy, but it does a really good job, especially on the water line. And I'll get to that in a second. In fact, before the end of the video, I'm gonna show you a non-stop shot that doesn't cut away of this pool cleaner coming to the water line, cleaning and going back down. You're gonna be absolutely amazed. On the floor, it does exactly what you'd expect it to at this level. It's picking up fine debris, leaves, dirt, no real issues here. One thing I do want to point out is it has a 2-in-1 filter basket design that actually has 2 different use cases. Most of the time you're running the standard basket by itself for basically the whole pool. But when you switch over to only floor mode, you can add the cartridge that goes inside of the filter basket, and that's designed for much finer debris. Things that your normal filter basket might not catch. So if you've just shocked your pool and you've got dead algae sitting on the bottom, or if it's in the middle of pollen season like it is here now, that's when that filter cartridge actually gives you an advantage. So instead of just moving that finer stuff around, it actually captures it. But like I said before, where things really stood out was the water line. The hold here was impressive. I've seen cleaners in every price range struggle to stay locked on a water line, especially when they get heavier or full of debris. This one doesn't. It stays up, it tracks well, it actually scrubs the water line instead of just passing over it. At this price point, that is not something I expected, and at any price point, this is the best waterline performance I've ever seen. And when you start to see this kind of consistency in cleaning, the next thing you wonder is how well is it actually pulling everything in? And for suction power, I'm giving this another 9 out of 10. They tell you 7,000 gallons per hour, but let's be honest, in reality, that number doesn't really mean much if the design doesn't back it up, but in this case, it does. Between the brush setup and the intake design, it moves debris effectively, and it doesn't struggle with the heavier stuff like pebbles or larger leaves either. So the suction power performance was really strong too. Now, once you have the cleaning ability and the suction power taken care of, the next piece of the puzzle is how long can it actually stay in the water and keep working. And for battery life, I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10. You're getting about 4 hours of runtime, which is becoming more common in this tier level of pool cleaner. So that part alone isn't really anything special, but there is something I think is worth pointing out. This one has a replaceable battery. That's not something you see very often, and it matters long term. Instead of the whole unit becoming disposable when the battery degrades, you can actually pull the old battery out and put a new one in. That's a big plus for me, and I bumped the score up a little bit because of that. Runtime is one thing, but if the cleaner doesn't move efficiently through your pool, it doesn't really matter how long it runs. For navigation, I gave this one an 8 out of 10. It uses what they call AI Sonar navigation, using an S pattern on the floor and an N pattern on the walls. It does a good job covering the pool. One thing I like seeing on pool cleaners, and this one has it, is brushes on both the front and back of the pool cleaner combined with tracks. I just think that setup tends to do a better job in tighter spaces, especially around drains or transitions where other pool cleaners tend to hesitate or miss spots. It also does a good job using obstacle avoidance. It's not constantly getting stuck or needing you to step in and fix it, which is a big deal if you just want to drop it in and let it run. Now, it's not perfect. You'll still see a little bit of randomness. Like I said, it's an S pattern and an N pattern, but overall, it's systematic enough that it does give you full coverage. Are there fancier navigation systems out there? Yes. Do they get your pool any cleaner? That's debatable. So you might think that I'm saving the best part for last, and I am. It's that waterline shot that I told you about earlier. But before we get there, up to this point, you've got strong cleaning, strong suction power, good battery life, and good navigation. And that's what makes this next part so frustrating. For a warranty, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It comes with a 1-year warranty, and in today's market, that's just not competitive. Most cleaners are coming in with 2 years, and I've even seen 3-year full replacement warranties on some higher end models. And I say this all the time, the warranty tells me what a company thinks about their own product. So if I'm being honest with Seauto here, I think you're selling yourself short, because based on what I've seen so far, this is a well-designed unit that you should be proud of and stand behind more confidently. Now, yes, you can purchase additional coverage, but from a customer standpoint, I'm just seeing too much of that lately. I'd rather see a stronger manufacturer warranty built into the product from the start. If I want to pay more, I'll just move up to a model that already includes the warranty that I want. So where does that leave this overall? This is a really well-built cleaner. Cleaning and performance is strong. Waterline ability is the best I've seen at any price range. The suction is there, and the replaceable battery is something that I genuinely like seeing. The one thing holding it back is the warranty. If they brought that warranty up to just average with the rest of the market, this would be a much easier recommendation across the board. As it stands, it really boils down to what matters more to you. If performance is your priority, then this one delivers. Especially when you consider that this is positioned as a mid-tier machine, and the overall score ended up at a 7.9 out of 10, but it was drugged down considerably by that warranty score. So performance-wise, it's better than the overall score indicates. Now, if long-term coverage and warranty matter more, this is where you might pause. There are a lot of companies out there that are going to offer you more warranty without any extra fees to get it. If you've got questions, and drop them below in the comments. I try to answer every one. And if you want to check pricing, I'll drop an affiliate link below in the description. That helps the channel at no extra cost to you, and I really appreciate the support. And if you want to see how it stacks up against other cleaners, then go ahead and subscribe, because I've got a lot more pool cleaner videos on the way. And also, of course, a lot of educational pool content that's going to help you keep your water crystal clear all season long. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. As I close out here, I'm going to leave you with this waterline shot that is done in real time. It doesn't cut away. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want you to understand exactly how long that the SAT 40 stays on your waterline and scrubs it. It truly is a remarkable feature of the cleaner.